Have you ever wondered if some of your everyday habits might be quietly impacting your health, even without you realizing it? It's a concern many of us share, but here's the good news. We're about to delve into how you can better protect your well-being. You see, your kidneys are absolutely vital for filtering out waste and keeping you healthy overall. The thing is, many common habits can actually damage them silently. Number 1, overusing painkillers. Now, reaching for an over-the-counter painkiller might seem like a perfectly harmless fix for those aches and pains, right? But using them frequently can actually become an underrated, yet significant, threat to the health of your kidneys. Many people unknowingly lean on these medications regularly, completely unaware of the cumulative impact they can have on these vital organs. It's a habit that often slips under the radar until considerable damage has already occurred, which is why awareness and caution are so incredibly important for your long-term well-being. So, let's talk about non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs as they're commonly known. These are particularly concerning. This group includes popular medications you've probably heard of, like ibuprofen and naproxen. While they're great for short-term pain relief, using them chronically can lead to serious kidney problems. You see, these drugs can constrict the blood vessels that supply your kidneys, which reduces blood flow. This decrease in blood flow can impair kidney function over time, and that's a key reason why these common painkillers can be harmful when you use them too much. And it doesn't stop there. Beyond just reducing blood flow, overusing NSAIDs can also contribute to an increase in blood pressure. Now, high blood pressure is a well-known risk factor for kidney disease because it puts extra strain on those delicate filtering units within your kidneys. Over extended periods, this combined effect of reduced blood flow and increased pressure can lead to chronic kidney disease. This is a condition where the kidneys gradually lose their ability to function effectively, potentially causing irreversible damage that might even require dialysis or a kidney transplant. While NSAIDs pose a significant risk with chronic use, it's worth noting that other painkillers, like acetaminophen, can also be harmful to the kidneys if taken in very high doses, or if you already have liver or kidney conditions. So, it's absolutely crucial to always use painkillers strictly according to the recommended dosage and duration. If you find yourself needing pain relief for more than just a few days, it's really essential to talk to your doctor. They can help you understand the underlying cause of your pain and discuss safer, long-term strategies. The good news is there are many alternatives for managing chronic pain that are much gentler on your kidneys. For instance, physical therapy can be highly effective for musculoskeletal pain because it addresses the root cause rather than just masking the symptoms. Gentle exercises like yoga or tai chi can also improve flexibility and reduce discomfort. And then there are other non-pharmacological approaches worth exploring, such as heat and cold therapy, massage, and acupuncture. Discussing these options with your healthcare provider can help you develop a personalized pain management plan that really prioritizes your kidney health. Number 2, high salt intake. Next up is salt. Salt, which is pretty much everywhere in modern diets, can be a silent saboteur of your kidney health when you consume too much of it. While a little bit of sodium is essential for your body to function, our typical intake often goes way beyond what's healthy. This overconsumption places a significant and often unnoticed burden on your kidneys, really setting the stage for potential long-term complications. Understanding this connection is the first step towards protecting these vital organs. So, how does this happen? Well, a diet that's consistently high in salt is a primary driver of elevated blood pressure. When you consume too much sodium, your body holds on to more water to dilute it. This increases the volume of blood circulating through your blood vessels, which, in turn, raises your blood pressure. Your kidneys then have to work much harder to filter this larger volume of blood and to get rid of the excess sodium. This leads to increased strain and wear on their delicate structures over time. This chronic overworking of the kidneys, combined with sustained high blood pressure, can lead to significant long-term damage. It progressively impairs their filtering capacity and increases the risk of chronic kidney disease. What's more, high sodium intake can also increase the amount of calcium that's excreted in your urine. This elevated urinary calcium is a major risk factor for forming calcium oxalate kidney stones, which can be incredibly painful and might require medical intervention. One of the biggest challenges in managing salt intake is actually the amount of hidden sodium in so many processed and pre-packaged foods. You might be careful with the salt shaker at home, but a significant chunk of dietary sodium comes from items like canned soups, processed meats like bacon and sausages, frozen dinners, fast food, and even foods that seem harmless, like bread and breakfast cereals. So, becoming a diligent label reader is really crucial to identify and limit these hidden sources. What should you aim for? Well, health authorities generally recommend that adults limit their sodium intake to less than 2,300 milligrams per day. That's about 1 teaspoon of table salt. For people with high blood pressure or other risk factors for kidney disease, the recommendation is often even lower, around 2,500 milligrams. To cut down your intake, try to focus on fresh, whole foods. Cooking more meals at home is a great idea because you can control the ingredients. When you're shopping, make it a habit to compare labels and choose lower sodium options. And get creative with flavors. Experiment with herbs, spices, lemon juice, and vinegar to flavor your food instead of relying so heavily on salt. Number 3, not drinking enough water. Let's move on to something fundamental: water. Water truly is the elixir of life, and its role in keeping your kidneys healthy cannot be overstated. Yet, many of us go through our days in a state of mild chronic dehydration without even realizing it. This seemingly small oversight can have pretty significant consequences for your kidneys, gradually impairing their ability to function at their best. Ensuring you drink enough water is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can adopt for kidney protection. So, what happens when you don't drink enough? When you're not getting enough water, the volume of blood circulating in your body actually decreases. This reduction in blood volume means less blood flows through your kidneys. And your kidneys rely on adequate blood flow to effectively filter out waste products, toxins, and excess fluids from your system. Therefore, chronic dehydration puts a direct strain on this filtration process. It forces the kidneys to work harder with less fluid, and that can potentially lead to a buildup of waste products in your body. Adequate hydration is also incredibly important for preventing kidney stones. Water helps to dilute the concentration of minerals and salts in your urine that can crystallize and form stones. When you're dehydrated, your urine becomes more concentrated, increasing the chance that these substances will clump together. Kidney stones can cause severe pain and may lead to complications like infections or blockages. This really underscores the importance of staying well hydrated, especially if you have a history of stones. It's helpful to recognize the early signs of dehydration so you can take timely action. Common symptoms include feeling thirsty, having a dry mouth, urinating less frequently, or noticing that your urine is dark yellow or amber colored. Other indicators can be fatigue, dizziness, headache, and even confusion, especially in older adults. A good tip is not to wait until you're extremely thirsty to drink. By then, you're likely already somewhat dehydrated. So, pay attention to these subtle cues from your body. How much should you be drinking? The general recommendation for daily water intake can vary based on factors like your age, activity level, and the climate you live in. But a common guideline is about 8 to 10 glasses, which is around 2 to 2.5 liters per day. To make staying hydrated easier, try carrying a reusable water bottle with you and sip throughout the day. You could even set reminders on your phone if you tend to forget. Also, remember to incorporate water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables into your diet. It's a great habit to start your day with a glass of water, and make sure to drink water before, during, and after exercise. Ultimately, listen to your body and drink whenever you feel thirsty. Number 4, excessive protein or meat consumption. Now, let's talk about protein. Protein is an essential nutrient, absolutely vital for building and repairing tissues. But, like with many good things, too much can actually pose a problem, especially for your kidneys. When your body metabolizes protein, it produces waste products that your kidneys then have to filter out. Consuming excessive amounts of protein, particularly from certain sources, can significantly increase the workload on these hard-working organs. You see, the process of filtering these waste products from protein metabolism, such as urea, puts a strain on the glomeruli. Those are the tiny filtering units within your kidneys. Diets that are very high in protein, especially those rich in animal protein like red meat, can lead to a state called hyperfiltration. This is where the kidneys are working at an abnormally high rate. Over time, this sustained overwork can contribute to a gradual decline in kidney function, particularly in individuals who might already have some level of kidney impairment. For individuals who already have chronic kidney disease or CKD, or are at high risk due to conditions like diabetes or hypertension, a high-protein diet can be particularly detrimental. In these cases, the kidney's filtering capacity is already compromised, and the additional burden from excessive protein can actually accelerate the progression of kidney damage. So, it's crucial for people with diagnosed kidney problems to work closely with their doctor or a renal dietitian. They can help determine an appropriate and safe level of protein intake that's tailored to their specific condition. So, how much protein is generally recommended? Well, the recommended dietary allowance for protein for healthy adults is generally around 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. For example, a person weighing 70 kilograms, which is about 154 pounds, would need about 56 grams of protein daily. However, individual needs can vary based on age, activity level, and overall health. It's important to note that many people, especially those following Western diets, consume significantly more protein than this. Focusing on moderate protein intake is really key for most individuals to support kidney health without overburdening them. When you're considering protein sources, variety and type really matter. While animal proteins are complete proteins, plant-based proteins found in foods like beans, lentils, tofu, quinoa, and nuts can be excellent alternatives and are often easier on the kidneys. Plus, they come packaged with fiber and other beneficial nutrients. The best approach is to aim for a balanced diet that includes a sensible amount of protein from diverse sources rather than relying heavily on large portions of meat. This balanced approach helps ensure you get the nutrients you need without placing undue stress on your kidneys. Number 5, smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. Finally, let's address 2 lifestyle habits that cast a long shadow over overall health: smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. These habits also pose significant and often underestimated threats to your kidneys. They can silently chip away at kidney function through various mechanisms, contributing to a higher risk of serious kidney problems. Understanding how they impact your kidneys is a critical step towards making healthier choices. Let's start with smoking. Smoking tobacco has a profoundly negative impact on nearly every organ in your body, and your kidneys are certainly no exception. The toxins in cigarette smoke can damage blood vessels throughout your body, including those that supply your kidneys. This can reduce blood flow to the kidneys, impairing their function. Smoking also increases oxidative stress and inflammation. It accelerates the progression of kidney disease in people who already have it, and it's a known risk factor for developing conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes, both of which are major causes of kidney damage. Now, what about alcohol? While moderate alcohol consumption might not pose a significant threat to healthy kidneys, excessive intake certainly does. Alcohol is a diuretic, which means it causes your body to lose more fluid. This can lead to dehydration if you're not replenishing those liquids. And as we've already discussed, chronic dehydration is detrimental to kidney health. Furthermore, heavy drinking can raise your blood pressure and has been linked to liver disease, which in turn can impair kidney function. In fact, studies have shown that consuming more than 2 drinks per day can actually double the risk of developing chronic kidney disease. So, what can you do? Quitting smoking is one of the most impactful steps you can take to protect your kidneys and improve your overall health. And it's never too late to quit. The benefits begin almost immediately. There are numerous resources available to help, including nicotine replacement therapy, counseling, support groups, and prescription medications. It's a great idea to talk to your doctor about the best approach for you. Even just reducing the number of cigarettes you smoke can be a positive step, but complete cessation offers the greatest protection for your kidneys and your entire cardiovascular system. When it comes to alcohol, moderation is definitely key. For healthy adults, moderate drinking is generally defined as up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. Just so we're clear, a standard drink is typically 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. If you have any existing health conditions, especially kidney or liver disease, or if you take medications that interact with alcohol, it's best to avoid alcohol altogether or discuss safe limits with your healthcare provider. And a good tip is to prioritize hydration when consuming alcohol, as this can also help mitigate some of its dehydrating effects. Early warning signs of kidney damage. It's really important to recognize the early warning signs of kidney damage, especially because kidney disease often progresses silently in its initial stages. So, what should you look out for? If you notice persistent fatigue or a general feeling of weakness that isn't explained by other factors, that could be a sign. Swelling, particularly in your legs, ankles, or feet, which is called edema, or puffiness around your eyes, can indicate fluid retention due to impaired kidney function. Changes in urination are also important indicators. This could be urinating more or less frequently, having foamy or bubbly urine, or seeing blood in your urine. Also, unexplained back pain, especially in the area of your kidneys, should prompt you to seek a medical consultation. So, to wrap things up, protecting your precious kidneys truly begins with awareness and embracing proactive lifestyle changes. By understanding and consciously avoiding these common harmful habits, you can significantly reduce your risk of developing kidney disease. This really empowers you to support your long-term health, your vitality, and your overall well-being for many years to come. If you found this information helpful, please do share this article with your friends and family to help spread awareness about kidney health. We also invite you to subscribe to our newsletter for more valuable health tips. And we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below to share your own kidney health journey or ask any questions you might have.